Welcome to the So Social Radio Show. I'm your host, Richard Martin, along with my amazing co-host,
Cheri Martin. We are the WCN Interactive Team Marketing and Social Media Strategists, helping you to
dream it, plan it, build it, and most importantly, successfully do it.
Yes, for growth, prosperity, and success. And each Wednesday at 12 noon, we are here on TalkNetworkRadio.com to share tips and techniques to grow you and your business, plus demystify social media and marketing for you so you can have more fun.
And my favorite, more profits.
Yes, yes, yes. And we want to make sure that those of you are listening to us today, connect with us on Facebook at the So Social Radio Show. There is a top pinned post with a lovely picture here of my co-host, Mr. Richard Martin. And we're going to be talking about goal setting today. And if you have any questions at all or comments, make sure just put them right in that comment thread there on the So Social Radio Show page. And, of course, while you're there, give us that like and let us know what topics you would like us to address here on the So Social Radio Show. What challenges, marketing, business, social media, let us know because this is for you. We're here to help you grow you and your business.
Well, let's get started, but let's start with our sponsors that allow us to be here every week.
Love that idea. Go ahead and take it away, Richard.
All right. I want to start with Constant Contact. They are an award-winning company empowering small businesses and nonprofits to grow and succeed through email marketing. You can be a marketer with one toolkit, one login.
And everythingbrevard.com, which is a Brevard County, Florida community website. If you're traveling here to the east coast of Florida, which we're just the closest beaches to Orlando, you can go ahead and take a look at everythingbrevard.com. For those of you here in our Brevard County area, just keep up to date with everything that's happening in Brevard. You can also get your business listing again on everythingbrevard.com. And then we have Toastmasters, our newest sponsor. Very excited to have Toastmasters International and the wonderful director of the Toastmasters here in the Central Florida area, Nancy Hohen, as our sponsor. And for those of you that don't know anything about Toastmasters International, definitely go up on to TalkNetworkRadio.com, click on the So Social Radio Show archives, and you definitely want to take a listen to, what was it, 2 weeks ago when Nancy was here with us.
Right?
Yes. And, because Toastmasters is a world leader in communication and leadership development. Visit toastmastersd84.org for more information. And Nancy will be back with us again as a guest in January talking about some networking tips. Excited.
That's after the holidays, and we're back at work then.
Well, I'll tell you what, Richard, today I'm having a hard time staying awake. How about you?
Yeah, post-election withdrawal.
What a night. I just wanted to say, what a night. No, it was an adventurous night. And Richard and I, of course, being the marketers that we are, we just started focusing on really, think back 8 years ago when President Obama won the election and what he implemented in his campaign. It's the first really real presidential campaign that did a lot of social media.
Exactly.
All marketing. And how did our President-elect Donald Trump win this year?
Social media.
Marketing. Exactly. So it just goes to show that it doesn't always take a lot of big bucks, but it does take some creative out of the box thinking and marketing. So,
well, marketing is all about out of the box thinking, because you start marketing and you start running ads and commercials and those things. Their shelf life is very short. It's measured in a few weeks to maybe a couple of months, and then everybody's tired of it. They're bored. I've seen that. They're tuning out, and then that causes the radio stations to lose listenership. So everything's got to be kept new and fresh.
Well, what I really noticed both this time around and then, like I said, 8 years ago when President Obama was running, they both caused chatter. They also both, they stood up. They were standing on their head when everybody else was standing straight up. They were being very unique in their approach and how they were campaigning and reaching and connecting with those out in basically in the field, us. The people.
I totally agree. And,
they got us to pay attention to them.
And that was the whole purpose of the marketing campaign from both campaigns and the senators and representatives and all the state folks too. It's how do you be rememberable?
Oh, I love that. Yes.
And the rememberability has to come when you're casting your vote, whether it's on the election day or whether you're doing early balloting. You have to be that person that when they have that ballot in front of them, no matter when or where, they remember your name. Now, it's a little easier when we're looking at the presidents and the state senators and the local Congress people. It's a lot more difficult when you get into your specific county or whatever your local governing area is, because a lot of those people have no clue who they were.
Well, what lessons can we as business people take away from what we witnessed?
There's no substitute for being in front of people. People will forget pretty quickly what you say, what you've written, what's on your Facebook, LinkedIn, social media, all that. But they will remember their image of you. From president down to dog catcher, and from largest business corporations in the world down to the smallest mom and pop shop. It's all about that being rememberable and going forward. But you've got to have a plan. You've got to have something there, a roadmap that you're following.
Very, very good intro into what I know that I am very excited to talk with you about today, because we have been working on our goals for 2017. And what I enjoy is the processes that you have implemented and helped us, as a team in our company put together. But before we get started talking about goal setting, could you give a definition for our listeners today of exactly what is goals and, what is a goal and what is the goal setting, the process?
Yeah, we'll get into the process as we go through this. But in simple terms, a goal is, what is it that you want to accomplish? What are you going to do? How are you going to stand out? How are you going to attract those people in there? How are you going to put deposits into the bank? Because when we look at it in business, if you can see it, feel it, taste it, it becomes a goal. Now, that may seem kind of strange, but really when you look at it, if you see it, you can't have a goal, you can't have a vision, you can't have a vision unless you actually see it mentally.
Visualize it.
It's in your mind, and when you close your eyes, you have to see it. Are you standing in front of people? How are you attracting new clients? How are you energizing your existing clients? You've got to see this in your mind, because if it's not there, it's nowhere. And then you sit down with a blank sheet of paper and you go, well, I got to dream up something quick, and you're going to leave out pieces and parts that are really important and should be there. But that's a process, and we'll get into that. But no matter which side that in, you have your goal, you have your vision, or you don't. The very first thing is charge forward. Just charge forward. Take a step, a baby step. Just move. Because as you start moving, you'll be able to conquer yourself, number one. You'll be able to conquer your mind, where you can have those visions, where you can put that mission statement together, where you can have your goals. But you've got to just charge forward and conquer your own mental fears.
Sounds easy?
No, it's not.
I know. You know me, right? You have really helped myself through, we've been in business together since 1998. And every year we go through these processes and really start focusing. And it's not just what does the end of 2017 look like? It's what does 5 years out look like? And I know that that's what we're going to really kind of touch on some key process there in just a moment.
Get into that.
But
You're
I know
right.
you started saying about, that when you're thinking of your goal, you need to see it, you need to feel it, you need to taste it. And, I hear you say this often, not just when we're in discussion, but also when you're working with a client or in one of your coaching, your VIP day coaching sessions as well. So what do you started talking about the see it, you have to visualize it. What do you mean by feel it and taste it?
Okay, when you see it, what I'm saying is when you close your eyes, can you see yourself doing what you say you're going to do? So can you see yourself standing up with your client or customer and them smiling back at you and saying thank you? Can you see that? And I'm not just talking nightmares or dreams. I'm talking really getting in there and can you see it? Can you feel it? Because I know when I get into that realm, when I get into that mental state, I can see it. And I can feel it in the sense that my body starts to tingle. I just get this tingly feeling over my body. That tingly feeling tells me something. The technical word is biofeedback, okay? Because when I get that, I know I'm on the right path. But if I don't get it, and just speaking for me, then I know I'm not quite there yet. I've got to do more reflection and more thought and more planning until I get to that particular point. Because, when I say see it, feel it, taste it, and it becomes your goal, so you've got to see it, and then for me, I got to feel it. That's the tingling. Now you're going through the sequential process of looking at everything that's happening in the middle of this thing. So seeing it is your vision. Feeling it is when you're implanting it into your being, into your mind. And then, can you taste it? Can you taste that sweet victory? Can you taste that sweet victory when you have that client says thank you, and they hand you their credit card or their check or whatever your payment method is, and they say thank you, and then they ask you, is there more? What's next?
That's when you know that you've really served them, that you've definitely helped them meet their objective as well.
Correct. I mean, that's what the whole thing's about on that. But, it sounds easy, and I can sit here and say this and talk about the hyperbole all day. It's not that difficult. That's why really good coaches and really good mentors are not inexpensive.
And it's really just staying disciplined and clear and concise about what it is that you do want, so you actually do start visualizing it. And it reminds me of a book that we have read together and are consistently reading together, which is The Science of Getting Rich, and focusing on, doing things in a certain way. And that's kind of what I was thinking about when you say see it, feel it, taste it. In order for you to really feel it flowing to you, or you flowing towards that goal, you have to actually believe it. But to believe it, you have to be able to visualize it and feel it's right there, and that you can touch it.
Absolutely. I mean,
I love that.
That's what it's all about. And when you're at that point, that's when you begin to move forward. Or as I like to say, charge, because you've got the confidence, and you know what success feels like, you know what success smells like, and you know how to get that success, because you know what you're driving towards. Think of the World Series that we just went through. It went to the 7th game. It was all tied up.